Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Feminism was invented by ugly bitches. Go look at those feminist rallies. They put all the cute ones in the front row. Right behind them, they got the purple-haired wildebeest. Just in the back screaming, "My choice! My choice!" Bitch, you wish somebody would you. Abortion is not your battle, sweetie.
She does have a point, and I've always said it. If it's not the rainbow colored hair, it's the bull nose ring piercing, or it's just the case that they're fat. They always have to have that certain look, and people are beginning to realize that.
The hotter you are, the crazier you can be. Men will put up with it. But the opposite is also true. This is why fat girls used to be so nice. But then the internet and a bunch of black dudes convinced them that they were hot too. Now you can't even talk to one. Relax, bitch. You can't have an attitude and type 2 diabetes. If you're over 300 pounds, you need to be as sweet as your blood sugar. These fat white girls who get with a black dude and then they're like, see, I'm not racist. And I'm like, come on, Cheryl. It's not like you had a choice. It's like when black dudes are like, I don't even like them skinny white girls. I'm like, come on, Daryl. It's not like you had a choice either.
We need to bring unfiltered humor back to the world where people can say the truth without fear of backlash. She's just stating the truth, and those who are offended more than likely fit into this category. Me being a black person was not offended by this video, and I can understand the truth to what she was saying.
We do not hate men. We do not hate people that were assigned male at
Bull nose ring piercing, I do not care what you have to say.
Transfer choice! Abortion rights are men's rights!
Abortion rights are men's rights!
Oh, snuggled. Equal rights now! Equal rights now! Stand up for your rights. How long have you been a woman?
62 years.
I'm like 45 days into this.
You go!
Yes.
You should be making those decisions.
Minor attracted people.
Not
everything.
my religion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not my belief.
I said no justice!
No peace!
I said no justice!
No peace!
I said no justice!
No peace! I'm Aaron.
Aaron?
Yeah, E-R-I-N. I used to be A-A-R-O-N, but then I switched. Sorry about that.
You okay? You all right, baby? You all right?
Donald Trump has got to go.
Hey, hey! No shade! No shade!
That guy said anti. Look at him, anti. What about this thing inside of me? You don't think I'm pregnant? No justice, no peace. Fight back. Fight back. Equal rights now. Equal rights now. Equal rights now. Those aren't legs. Those aren't fingers. Look at that. They probably drew that. Abortion rights are men's rights.
Abortion rights are men's rights!
Yes.
Abortion rights for women and men.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Abortion rights for men.
For sure.
Doesn't even matter if you have a uterus or not.
No, it doesn't.
No. Go back. We will not go back. We will not go back. Democracy looks like. Being a woman is hard.
The fact that people couldn't see he was trolling them is quite a feat, and the things he was saying in this and people were agreeing with him once again shows how deluded our societies have become. Before we get back into the video, make sure you guys like the video if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell that you'll see beside the subscribe button so that you're notified when one of my videos come out. Follow me on Instagram, X as they call it, TikTok at YinkaThatGuy, and let's get back into the video.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here. I'm sorry, am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum. and I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
I do not want to be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me. I want you to listen to me.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books that the Nazis burned books on gender sciences first. Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans, LGBT people, and even special needs, denying life-saving and affirming care.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please wrap.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here. I'm sorry, am I taking too long pleading?
Why is it the case that there is not one normal looking person who decided to speak out in this whole video? They don't even seem to try anymore. They always have to have that certain look that I always talk about. It's getting very hilarious.
In fact, I've come to the point where I don't use neopronouns for people. When somebody says I'm not male or female, in fact, all of us are male or female. You can't opt out of that. That's just something that you have to face and acknowledge. And it might be very difficult because you might hate your body. And I know what that's like quite a lot, because I did hate my body and I had it surgically changed, which I should not have done. And somebody should not have told me the way that you can feel better about yourself is to have your body parts cut off. So the principles that we should use are not to treat people how they want to be treated, but that we should try to understand the underlying humanity and dignity, that we should have humanistic concepts of how we treat other people.
I am not surprised by the fact that this whole room was empty. It all really makes sense because this guy was saying absolute nonsense.
People wonder why we need a union at Starbucks, and I am literally about to quit. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but like, I really want to. I almost walked out today, and I'm crying in the back room right now, and I almost cried on the floor. It's just, I'm like a full-time student. I get scheduled for 25 hours a week, and on on weekends they schedule me the entire day, open to close. I'm on the schedule for 8.5 hours, both Saturday and Sunday. I'm like 3.5 hours into my shift. There's so many customers, and we have 4 people on the floor all day. Only 5 people were put on the schedule, and somebody had to call out. And there are 4 people running the whole store, and there's so many customers, and there's possibly scheduled 5 people. We only have 13 people employed at this store, and there's so many customers. And we don't have fair scheduling. Managers don't care about us. Our manager was supposed to come in this weekend, and he took himself off the schedule, so he wouldn't be able to be held accountable for calling out. He just literally tore down the schedule that he was scheduled on and put up a new schedule where he wasn't on the schedule. Also, he couldn't have even seen that he was scheduled in the first place because he didn't want to be held accountable for not wanting to come in. They don't want to help us. We need a union because this can't happen. This can't happen. We need fair scheduling. We need managers to hold themselves accountable for helping their workers. They refuse to turn mobile orders off. We need the liberty to be able to do that because there's so many mobile orders and I need to get through all of them. And then people are yelling at me because they don't have their orders ready and they don't know what to do. I can't do. And a customer was misgendering me today, like really badly. I didn't have their order ready. And so they were just like talking like each other, and they're like, she's clearly incompetent. I have a full mustache and beard. What the fuck?
You thought it was a good idea to record yourself because of the fact that you have to work 8 hours, which more than likely comprises of you making drinks and serving people hot food. If this isn't privilege, I do not know what is.
Mira?
Yeah.
You like to teach a certain type of math.
Girl math.
Girl math.
Yeah. I'll explain it to you. It's very simple. Let's say you're buying something with cash. It's free because the number in your bank account didn't move. If you, like the number in your bank account didn't move if you use cash.
Stays the same.
So
okay.
yeah, so it's
right.
free.
Okay.
If you bought a shirt for $80 and then you exchanged it for a shirt that was $60, you just gained $20. You added that into your account. That's extra money. And then when you, let's say, pay with my husband's card, it's free because it didn't make anything come out of my account either. Yeah, very simple.
How do you like this system of math?
I mean, it makes sense to her, so.
Yeah.
The stupidity in this world is really amazing to me, but seeing it time and time again has just shown me that most people on this earth are unfortunately stupid people. But the hilarious thing about the stupidity that we're seeing nowadays is all of us actually get to see it live, and it's not hidden within the confines of people's homes. They are actively recording themselves and posting their stupidity online for all of us to see, which also reinforces how stupid they are.
We were told to leave women alone, so we did. Who? Who told you to leave women alone? Are you watching videos of women reporting being stalked and being sexually harassed? Yeah, they want to be left alone. But if you're not doing those things and you know how to approach a woman correctly, women want to be approached. Women want in-person connection. So this just sounds like an excuse. If you want to learn how to approach a woman the right way, message me now.
People really need to help me out. I'm sure a few months ago was a case that all of these women were talking about this 4B movement and how they're going to be shaving their heads. Yet we come to a few months later and I do not see any women with shaved heads wearing their blue bracelets. But here they are again complaining about how men are apparently chasing them. I thought you don't care. I thought you had this whole 4B movement trying to get away from all of this nonsense. But yeah, I look at this video and you still have your hair and I don't see a blue bracelet on your hand.
And do you think men should see us in our natural state before they get in a real relationship with us?
Whenever I've heard a man say, let me see what you look like with no makeup. Let me see what you look like without the hair. I feel that that man is telling you that he does not have the money to finance your beauty upkeep. Don't come over here thinking that I'm going to go to Sephora and get you some makeup. So I need to see you without all that because I want to strip you of all that. Because I ain't got it. When a man says that to you, he wants to strip you of everything. He doesn't want you to have the thought process of maintaining yourself.
The fact that you thought it was a good idea to record yourself saying this stupidity shows a lot about who you are.
I feel really proud that I'm all natural. I've stayed out of the sun. I've never done any Botox, injectables, no surgery, nothing. And what? My mom told me, like, when I was 8 years old, Paris, stay out of the sun. And then she taught me this amazing, like, 10-step skincare routine. So I've literally been doing that since I'm 8.
Yeah, we definitely believe that you have not done any surgery. It's just a case that your face barely moves. But yeah, we definitely believe you.
Ever since I got that DNA test result back that said that I was part Spanish instead of all Italian, I thought that I couldn't experience this type of thing. But what I have experienced so far is this freaking kid being like, Italians are more brown than you. And then like being like, what really matters isn't your ethnicity. It's just your undertones and matching them correctly. And I'm like, fucking whatever. And all I've experienced is non-Hispanic people, like gringos being like, you aren't really Hispanic. And I'm like, because I'm Spanish. And that's like, I guess in America, you think, when you think of Hispanic, you think of like the people next door. You think of Mexico. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I didn't choose to be Spanish on the DNA test results. You're all acting like I chose to be Spanish. I didn't choose to be Spanish. I like it.
This is the final boss of the woke ABCD coalition.
Goodbye.
But when will I see you again?
Oh, never. Never.
Never?
I'm not gonna lie, I just feel like I just can't see my nigga like using the umbrella looking like fucking Mary Poppins. Like, I'm sorry, I just cannot. And I feel like it's gonna be so bad when I say it, but I feel like it's sassy.
So wait, so protecting himself from the rain.
No, that's not it. Because you could easily wear a jacket. When you use that umbrella, you're covering the same portions that's going to be covered by a jacket.
Nah.
Just take the jacket off. Why? What's not getting covered by the jacket that's getting covered by the umbrella?
My pants.
Your pants are still getting wet when you have an umbrella.
I got a big umbrella.
So why don't you just wear a jacket? Why do you wear an umbrella?
Like I said, it's sassy, so which means I feel like it's for girls. Here's why though. So it's pouring down raining one day, and my grandfather, he's on his way out, and it's, of course, my grandmother, she had umbrellas. So I'm like, you know, are you not going to take an umbrella? He's like, no, real men don't use umbrellas. And I'm not going to lie, I think of my grandfather just so highly because he was just that father figure for me for a long time. So he just holds like a very high place for me. So ever since he said that, it's instilled. My stepdad doesn't use umbrellas. The man I marry is not going to use an umbrella. Like, I'm sorry. It just...
Who in their right mind would record?
If you live with your boyfriend and you pay half the rent, do not come onto this app and tell us the qualities that we need to look for in a good man.
Really? But why ever not?
Because you are not dating a man, you are dating your roommate.
Oh dear. Now, if we listen to what some women out there are saying in regards to their opinions about relationships, even within the confines of just dating, if a guy is not completely supporting the woman that is living with him, they will try to emasculate him by saying that he is no longer a man. How very progressive.
You are dating a feminine boy in his sprinkle era.
No. And I don't know when this idea exactly became popularized, but when a couple is just dating, neither one of them owe anything to the other in regards to financial support. They are dating. They are not married.
You have lost, and you are not qualified to speak on the topic of the qualities to find in a good man. I don't want to hear it from you.
Well, that's nice. However, I will continue to question the qualifications of some individuals out there that seem to think that the expectations for dating and marriage are the same in regards to finances.
My name is Felicia Deshay, and I am transracial. Ever since I was a little girl, I have always believed that I was stolen from English soil and sold to a family here in America who wanted a baby girl. And I believe that had I been with my rightful family in England, I would not be obese. It's very hard to be transracial because, you know, when I'm around certain people, they think I'm trying to make fun of them, especially when it's like Vietnamese. But I just want to be a part of the culture because I love them, you know. Everybody know that I love the Vietnamese people. I don't even want no trouble or nothing. Growing up in a little town called Cleburne, Texas, I just really feel like that's what made me who I am today, you know, because we had the Southern whites and, you know, I love them. They've always loved me and I've always loved them. And I identify as one of them. You know, and then, you know, you got the Mexicans, you know, I barely grew up around them and everything, fool. Like, it's like, you know, I'm like barely a part of the culture, fool. Like, it just is what it is, Holmes. I don't think it's a coincidence that I'm transracial. I don't think it's a coincidence that one of my favorite foods is chicken tikka masala. That is why the Indian comes to tell everybody what is up. When I see people, I tell everybody, what are you talking about?
Hey, look, I actually agree with her because as you all know, and for those who don't know, I also identify as a white woman because the case how you can do that in today's world. You can just say you are something and you are that thing.
Hey, so this is a reminder. It's not criminal to be an immigrant. It's not criminal to be queer, gay, trans. It's also not criminal to be disabled. It's not criminal to be a child. It's not criminal to be in need. These are all things that are just human. Okay? None of these things are bad. These things just make us human. Stop criminalizing being human.
Do these people even try to look normal at this point? Because it's getting blaringly obvious that they are just going out of their way to look like the weirdest people on this earth.